Hello. Hi, everyone. I see Laura is in here. I see Kenny. Hi, Terry. Let me know if you guys are able to see me and hear me, obviously, because I never know. I don't see anything. Hi, Lara. Somebody's making tacos. Well, now I'm hungry. Hi from Montreal. Hi, Joanna. You guys can hear me and see me good? Hi, Lara. I miss you guys. Hi, Bia. Oh, I miss all of you. We're not in a rush today. We can hang out for like an hour and a half if we want to. I'm almost at 100%. Thanks for asking, Laura. Hi, Kenny. I missed all of you. Are you kidding? I'm like, I have FOMO, but I'm almost at 100%. I still have like a cough here and there and a sneeze here and there. And I'm not able to sleep through the night. Like I'll have to wake up and cough and stuff, but I'm good enough to hop on live or talk or yeah, we're gonna get to it. Hi, Carrie. You're new here. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. Fafo FOMO. Yes, Lara. I have Fafo FOMO. You're going to take a nap? You want to come say hi? Just they can just hear your voice. They don't have to see your face. But can you grab me a water before you lie down? That's Mr. Elsrich, if anybody's wondering. You guys, this I needed some FaceTime with you guys badly because it was looking crazy out here. Thank you, Christina. I feel good enough. I feel good enough to be on here. No, I threw some water in the freezer. Hi from Sydney. They're saying hi, Mr. Elsrich. You have to come and say something. You can't just leave people hanging. That's rude. And I have my they don't pay me for ads, but I have my throat lozenges with me. So it's gonna get me through today. They're not gonna just say hi. They can't hear you. He's literally handing me the water and he's contouring his body, but the camera is facing me. That's just too, you're doing too much. They're not going to see you from over there. All right, we're going to give people a chance to get in here. But how is everybody doing? I just wanted to get some FaceTime with you guys. I wanted to do it last night, but I was just getting back into the mood and I wasn't defeated last night, but I was like, maybe I need, yeah, he's very shy, Carrie. Maybe people needed a break. Nobody wanted to talk. And I'm going to open this up. I'm going to put the link in the comments. If anybody wants to come up and you guys want to talk, let's get our shit off. But I wanted to start with a couple of things. Sadness. I'm not sad. I was maybe sad is not the right emotion to describe how I was feeling. I was angry more than anything because I felt like, ugh, like how can this judge not see everything we see? But then again, when you read his order more, you understand that he sees what we see. It's just that just because we think a way about it or feel a way about it doesn't make it illegal or doesn't mean the law feels the way about it. Right? Does that make sense? Like, because the judge at some point in his order talked about the fact that I get that she pretty much stole your movie. I get that she's a horrible person. I mean, he didn't say that, but I get that she was using these SH claims to get stuff from you, but you can't do anything about that legally, So it was a little bit frustrating. And I get that a lot of people are frustrated with Judge Lyman because there are signs that he could be biased towards Blake Lively. And the conversation of his brother and all that, I know about Doug. Donna brought that up like back in January, honestly, when everything started. So I knew about Doug Lyman, his brother. It never bothered me. And I don't think he is dirty. Do I think he could have had some leeway as far as letting shit go a little bit? Yes. But then again, if you believe in the justice system, and which I don't completely, but like if you really think, everything should be left up to the judge, then technically he's doing his job. Yeah. Somebody said they feel dejected. Is that what I saw? And again, I'm gonna put the we're gonna get a couple things off really fast, and then I want this to be like a kind of like a kickback um type of live. So if anybody wants to come up and talk about what's going on, how they feel about what's going on, what they think, we can do that. It's gonna be an open forum. Just you guys keep it clean, keep it classy, please, and thank you. Um, so a couple of people sent me a message this morning. Oh, we saw you on the Today Show. We saw you on the Today Show. We're gonna start with that because I want to get that out of the way. Okay, how many of you saw me on the Today Show? Tell me in the comments. Because we saw that. Oh, thank you so much. And if anybody's watching this, please don't put in the comments, get to the point, because this is a live. So we're not gonna ever get to the point. It's a live. We're gonna be going back and forth. The judge seems a little wacky in his reasonings. You know? Oh no, don't congratulate me. Somebody said congrats on the Today Show. Do not congratulate me. It's not a good thing. I'm actually angry about it. So I'm gonna show you guys the Today Show business. Nope, it's not a good thing, guys. It's they used me. They used me in a way that I don't appreciate. Not only did I not want credit, but if you guys saw, Mr. Elsrich is gone now, but I'll tell him he's probably watching while he's taking a nap because he just got back from work. That's why I don't have to rush, because he went to work by himself this morning so that I could recover and do this live. That's why, because normally I have to run and leave you guys, but I don't have to. So you guys remember the videos I made yesterday? I made a bunch of them. I did a compilation and posted it here because I couldn't sit down and make a whole other video. So I talked about how realistically, we're being honest, as far as Blake Lively getting this case dismissed, it's a win for her. You could call it that, right? And I said verbatim, she won the battle, but she didn't win the war, right? She hasn't won the war, I believe is what I said. But before that, I talked about how we still support Justin. We're still riding for Justin. We're not giving up none of that, right? And the Today Show literally clipped the part where I'm saying this is a win for Blake. They have me out here looking like a Blake Lively enthusiast. Like they have me out here looking like a Blake Lively supporter. And not only and again, I don't care for credit. I don't care for them to be like, oh, this username, Elsrich, whatever. But not only did they not give me credit for people to go find me if they need to, not only did they just, that's not even the position I have. Like, I'm not a Blake Lively person. And I'm like, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Mildly Mercurial. I don't even know if I can do anything about them using me, because when people were sending me a message saying I saw you on the Today Show, I was like, well, nobody from the Today Show has reached out to ask me to use a clip of mine. Nobody has reached out to nothing. So why am I on the Today Show? And actually, my husband was the one that told me first, because he looks through the comments sometimes. And he was like, babe, somebody said you're on the Today Show. And I'm like, I don't know. Nobody asked for my permission to use anything. So I'm going to show you guys right now. I'm going to stop babbling. But I was very angry when I saw that, because that's not the position I have. But they used me in a way in the clip where it's like I'm saying this is good for Blake, and which that's not what I meant in the grand scheme of things. So I'm going to show you guys, and you let me know if I'm overreacting, or like if you saw that for the first time. That's what I mean. Like if you're not on my page, if you don't know who I am or know my position, if you saw this, would you think I'm saying good for Blake? Or let me know what you guys think, and let me know if you can see it. All right, let's see. I'm gonna show you guys, and let me know if you can hear the sound, because y'all know I'm bad at this. Christina, don't even start. Don't even start with me, Christina.
What you're talking about.
Anyone but him.
A judge dismissing Justin Baldoni's $400 million countersuit against his former It Ends With Us co-star Blake Lively.
Does it sound good? Can you guys hear? Elaine, okay, you guys can hear, great. Elaine, we're just getting started. You haven't missed anything.
And her husband, actor Ryan Reynolds, in a case that has fans taking sides.
It says in a case that has fans taking sides right there. And I was like, what the heck? Yes, it's on the Today Show website. But yes, Leo, it's on the website, but people saw it on TV and I had to go look for it on the website. But it says right there, it has fans taking sides. And then this lady goes, and then here I come. And I'm like, I'm not a Blake Lively fan.
Yeah, I'm not shocked his defamation suit, was dropped or dismissed, I should say.
Now, honestly, she won the battle. She didn't win the war.
Lively's attorney.
Now, I want to go back. Because why do you have me over there saying she won the battle? She didn't win the war. As though, that's all I said. That's not all I said. It was a long video of me talking about how Justin has, there's more to do here. I'm going to go back. It was so small. And then it's just very, very annoying.
Dude, was dropped.
And then I noticed they used this black lady down here also saying she's not shocked it was dropped. But just by her saying that, I don't even know if she's a Blake fan or a Justin fan. I have to go look on her page because I was so angry when I saw mine. I have no idea if she's like, I'm not surprised it's dropped because Justin was horrible and he didn't need to do that. Or did she say she's not surprised it's dropped because, maybe Blake has connections with the judge? Now I have to figure out what her whole video said. But looking at the way they used me in that little, I hate that. That's not what I said. Obviously, it sucks to say that's not what I said because that is what I said. But that's not what the video was saying. Ugh, I hate to be rambling like this, but that's rude. Don't do that.
Dropped or dismissed, I should say.
Now, honestly, she won the battle. She didn't win the war. I don't care. That's not what I meant.
Lively's attorney speaking to NBC News.
They were efforts to bury our clients. They were efforts to silence them, to retaliate against them for speaking out.
Overnight, Lively stepping out for the first time since the dismissal at a New York City event, smiling for photos on the carpet. Baldoni has not responded to NBC News' request for comment. The contentious legal battle began last.
And I can see why, considering you guys have Blake's lawyer, in an interview with you guys responding, I can see why Baldoni's team would not respond to NBC for comment. Even though we know now Bryan Freedman has responded, we're going to talk about that. But I don't know if I'm overreacting or you guys are like, well, that's not a big deal. But I'm sorry, but I'm infuriated by the fact that you would use a part of the video I said that makes it seem like, oh, look at this woman here supporting Blake saying she won the battle. That's not what my video was about. And it's not lost on me that you used another black woman's video, which I can almost guarantee you she's not a Blake Lively supporter. I'm excited to go do my research on her to see what her video really is about now. I don't know if you guys want to do that together. Let me know, or if I should just do that on my own time.
Last December, when Lively filed a bombshell complaint and later sued Baldoni, accusing him of disturbing and unprofessional behavior on the film's set.
What would you say to her?
But Baldoni, who also directed the film, firing back in his own countersuit, accusing the A-list couple of trying to sabotage the film, accusations Lively and Reynolds have denied. Baldoni also bringing the couple's Grammy Award-winning friend Taylor Swift into the drama, insinuating that Swift was weighing in creatively on the movie, accusations Swift's team denied. Now, this latest development in the case being viewed as a resounding victory for Lively and Reynolds.
These kinds of motions very rarely get granted. So this is a huge statement about the viability of Baldoni's claims.
And it might not be the end for the It Ends With Us co-stars, with Lively's team saying that she remains ready to take her case to trial next year. The actress writing on Instagram, while the suit against me was defeated, so many don't have the resources to fight back. I'm more resolved than ever to continue to stand for every woman's right to have a voice in protecting themselves.
The judge also dismissed Justin Baldoni's $250 million defamation suit against the New York Times for an article published by the newspaper about Lively's accusations. A spokesperson for the New York Times saying that they are, quote, grateful to the court for seeing the lawsuit for what it was, a meritless attempt to stifle honest reporting.
All right, Chloe, thanks. Let's turn to NBC senior legal correspondent Laura Jarrett. Thank you.
You guys,
he's out of court.
You guys said you want to look up the lady's TikTok together, so I'm pulling it up now so we can actually see what her video is about, if she is, in fact, Team Lively or Team Baldoni. So you guys can finish watching this.
In terms
while I
of the
pull that up.
lawsuit, the counter lawsuit who filed against Blake Lively, but her lawsuit is alive and well. So do you see this going to trial?
Well, the judge's decision has certainly strengthened her hand. It's unusual, as we were talking about before the break, it's unusual to have these kind of dueling lawsuits, right? And so because his is tossed out, hers is still going to go forward, but she also has to put forth evidence. It's going to get discovery. She's probably going to be deposed. Her text messages, her emails, all of that's going to come out. And so the question is, do they still want to go to trial like this? He has a lot to lose, right? This is expensive to defend this kind of lawsuit. His lawyer who's represented in court, he is in financial distress because of this. And so maybe he hopes to get a settlement, but she clearly thinks that there's some reputational risk involved here too. She clearly thinks that she wants to be vindicated and that her reputation has been tarnished in some way. Him saying that she's difficult on set and all those kind of allegations. And so it might be for her that taking this to trial is worth it.
But a settlement is not out of the realm of possibility at this point.
There are still months away, right? And so in the realm of legal proceedings, they have plenty of time to settle if they want to, but she just may not want to. I can see Carson is thinking, why would she want to?
What's changed? Nothing. She knew she was at risk, personal risk, when she filed this initial lawsuit. Just because of this secondary lawsuit dismissal, why does that change her vulnerability?
It doesn't change her vulnerability. She's coming out much stronger than she was because now they don't have to worry about his counterclaim. She doesn't have to try to defend herself against.
So right there, I agree with what she's saying to a degree. So yesterday, and I made another video, which I hope to God I'm so wrong. I want to be wrong so badly. The worst thing that could happen right now, the worst thing that could happen for any of us for this case is for Blake Lively to say, actually, you know what? No, I'm done. I don't want to see him anymore. That would suck. That would be the worst thing that could ever happen in this case, not in the, in the grand scheme of things. If Blake Lively was to drop her case and say, you know what, I don't want to fight anymore. I've gone through a lot. Like I said yesterday in my video, my family, my kids, my friends, my this and that. If she says she doesn't want to go through it anymore, that hurts. That's going to hurt badly because that means not only does Justin not to get to defend himself against the SH claims, he now his defamation suit is out the window, right? And now you're only left with the contractual stuff, which nobody's going to care about. That's not really deep in this case, right? The only way this we get any type of win from this, if she continues to be delulu enough, just enough to get us to trial where she has to prove this SH, which is not Justin Baldoni's job to do. It was his job and pretty much our job to prove this defamation, to prove you were doing all of this to hurt the man, right? It's job to prove he SH'd her. It's her job to prove it, which we know she cannot do. So again, what's gonna hurt the most, and I hope she doesn't do this because I might crash out, is if she was to drop the case. And again, with everything that's gone on with the dismissal right now, Bryan Freedman still has time to amend. We know he has time to amend. And then we have to go through a whole new process of dismissals again. And this dismissal took about 3 months to come. So I have no idea what happens if, they amend again. So, and I know I said I'm going to open it up for you guys to come up here and talk. And I saw somebody asked earlier, but we're going to look at what Bryan Freedman said really quickly, because I thought it was good to hear from him. Yesterday was dark and gloomy. I'm not even going to lie. It was looking dark and twisty out here. So it's good that Bryan Freedman said something. Here is what he said. I don't know if you guys can see this. Please let me know if you can't. I think it's big enough. So Justin Baldoni's lawyer breaks silence on Blake Lively's false victory after his lawsuit is dismissed. And if you're here on this page, if you follow, any of the creators who cover this case, then I don't think you're confused. But the one thing I find so frustrating, and I found very, very frustrating all day yesterday, was the amount of people who literally thought there was one case. I don't know if you guys had any experience with that yesterday, but Bryan was live on TMZ. I don't even know why he would go there. I don't know why he would. That's one thing I don't understand. Why does Bryan Freedman keep giving TMZ any type of time? TMZ is very, very team Blake Lively. I don't know why he's going there for anything. Like, they can't do anything for you. Oh, somebody said their lawyer saying she can't just drop her claim. Both sides have to agree. Well, color me happy, because Bryan Freedman is not agreeing to that shit. I just lost that. Somebody left that in a comment. I just read that somewhere. I mean, typically, because I did the research on it yesterday, and all I was seeing was that no, the person who brought the claims can drop it at any time. They do have to give notice, but they don't have like a deadline. But I didn't know the other party has to also agree, like, hey, drop me from your lawsuit. Interesting. Yeah, Bryan Freedman said there's more receipts to come. We know that. Yeah, we've known that for a while now. I have a particularly important receipt I still have to give you guys. And yeah, okay, let's look at this article really quickly, and then we'll look at some of the comments because it's coming faster than I can keep up with. So Bryan Freedman broke his silence because we know he spoke with, I think, the Daily Mail, and people and everybody is picking it up. Justin Baldoni's lawyer said they will move on with the same confidence that we had when Miss Lively and her cohorts initiated this battle. Now, what I do want to say, though, is, and I forgot to mention that yesterday, but you know how we've always gone and we've always had this mentality and this idea that Blake Lively never expected this lawsuit to get to this point, right? We all agree. We all have talked about that for a while. And yesterday, what the thing that not hurt me, because again, I don't think, this is a hurt, but the thing that hit me is the right word, the most, was yesterday. I was like, oh my God, the judge just threw them the biggest alley-oop ever. I feel like the judge just threw them the biggest pass ever in the history of passing somebody, like giving somebody a way to get out of something. Because this defamation suit would have been one for the ages, because he would have won. The proof is in the pudding. Had the judge just allowed the trials to go through, once we prove no SH happened, the defamation is right there to be taken, right? But now that that is dismissed with prejudice on certain points, I have no idea what happens. Hi, Tira. I have no idea what happens once she loses her case. Once she loses her original claims, what happens now? Can he now come back? I'm not a lawyer. I need to look more into that. But can he now then sue her for defamation after she loses her case? Like, well, I didn't SH you. You lied about that. We've proven that. Now can I sue you? That's what I need to know. Yeah, definitely, Murad. Definitely. So this is what Justin Baldoni's lawyer, Bryan Freedman, had to say yesterday. Let me X this out from down here. Justin Baldoni's attorney is breaking his silence after his $400 million countersuit against Blake Lively was dismissed by the judge. In a statement obtained by People Tuesday, June 10th, the It Ends With Us actor-director's lawyer, Bryan Freedman, said Blake Lively and her team's predictable declaration of victory is false. We already knew that because it was a bit much, right? On June 9th, Judge Louis J. Lehman granted motions to dismiss Baldoni's countersuit against Lively 37 and her husband Ryan Reynolds and their publicist, which allege extortion and defamation, as well as his $250 million libel lawsuit against the New York Times. I want to pause right there, and I want to cover a couple of things before we move on. I don't think he ever cared about the money, the dollar amount. Okay, he could have won this defamation suit by $1 or by $100 billion. And all that would have mattered to him was the fact that he could prove this was not true, which is the one thing I'm holding my hat on, because I'm like, if we can, even if this defamation suit has to go away, if the Blake lawsuit stays in court and we go to trial and he wins that, that's enough for me. I don't need him to win $400 million. Now, it would have been nice for him to be compensated for everything he's gone through, right? It would be nice for Steve Sorwitz to see some of his money back. It would be nice for Wayfair not to, completely be at a loss. But if we could go to court in March and he could come out proving, I never SH'd you, you made that up, that's enough for me. I don't need him to get $400 million. He doesn't need $400 million. He probably never wanted that money. I don't know the man. But I've never thought the money was his goal, right? And I think even with this defamation being dropped, again, as long as Blake Lively keeps her lawsuit in the court, the biggest winner, like I said in my video, is the New York Times. The New York Times is the only people that won here, because that 250 million libel from New York Times would have hurt more than just Justin, because it would have opened the gates, which is another thing I'm thinking about. It might not be Blake Lively who was, sweetening Judge Lyman's pocket. It could be the New York Times, because if this goes bad for the New York Times, everybody is lining up now. Everybody will be lining up. If a story comes out about them they don't like, they're suing the New York Times, right? And they cannot afford that. Like, their news organization, they get to have some type of leeway to say whatever they want to say about celebrities, about public figures, which was one of the judge's points too as well. Like, as a public figure, it's hard to prove defamation. It's very, very hard to prove defamation as a public figure. I feel like even like as a non-public figure, as a regular person, it's hard to prove that, let alone a public figure who's like pretty much allowing anything to be said about them, So I think the biggest winner here is the New York Times. And I know it might not seem like that, but they get away with not paying him $250. But also now nobody gets to come after them for crap, because had Justin won this, it would have opened the floodgates wide open for any and everybody to come after them, which I don't care. I don't care about the New York Times. I don't care what have happened to them, but that's what I'm saying. Any money Justin's sides may win would be icing on. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't care about the money. It sucks. And the point I was starting to make all this, it sucks that people think it's one case, right? So the way the reporting was going yesterday is Blake Lively won, Justin Baldoni lost his lawsuit against Blake Lively. And it's so frustrating because people who are not me, you on this page, who watches Donna, who watches Zach, who watches Andy, Lauren, Cassidy, all those people, all they know is that there is a lawsuit involving Blake and Justin. They think it's one thing. So when everything was coming out yesterday, there were people in my comments on TikTok, you guys lost, you won. You didn't win a damn thing. And I don't have time to educate the masses, because I think I do a pretty good job of breaking things down where the average person should understand. But I cannot spoon feed you basic knowledge. I cannot spoon feed you common sense. If you truly think there is one lawsuit and that's what Blake won and Justin lost, then go with God, right? But I don't know. People were I just realized my face is all the way in the corner there. I don't know if you guys can see me. But people were really taking victory laps, thinking there was one lawsuit, Justin lost, Blake won, case closed. And that's what was frustrating about it. And it's hard that people don't realize that we're talking about at least 10 different cases here. It's an exaggeration, but between Jed Wallace and Blake, then between Bryan and Justin, then between Blake, it's like a spider web of cases here. 100%. Leah says maybe Bryan putting these lawsuits forward was just to show the world all the lies of Blake. 100%. And again, I don't know that they thought they would win. It would have been great if they won, but you swing for the fences, you aim super high, so when you fall, there is some type of cushion there. Had they come out asking for 10 million, 20 million, everybody's like, were you really that defamed if you won just 10, right? I think you swing for the fences and then you hold out as long as you possibly can and let as many things as possibly can come out. Yeah, 100%. Let's see. The judge noted that Baldoni's legal team can still amend the claims for breach of implied covenant and tortious interference with contract with the deadline of June 23rd. We know that. While the court dismissed the defamation-related claims, the court has invited us to amend 4 out of our 7 claims against Ms. Lively, which will showcase additional evidence and refined allegations, Freedman said in a statement. He added, this case is about false accusation of SH and retaliation and a non-existent smear campaign, which Ms. Lively's own team conveniently describes as untraceable because they cannot prove what never happened. Baldoni's legal setback is the latest twist in an Enzoda's legal saga, which began in December. We know that. I'm not going to belabor the point. And Bryan Freedman says down here, most importantly, Miss Lively's own claims are no truer than they were yesterday. And with the facts on our side, we march forward with the same confidence that we had when Miss Lively and her cohorts initiated this battle, and look forward to her forthcoming deposition, which I will be taking. Why is that funny and why is that important? You guys will remember back in, I think, February or March, one of those months. Remember when Blake Lively wrote the letter to the judge? I wish I could find it. I should have thought about finding it earlier, but it pretty much was like, when depositions come around, I don't care who take my deposition. It just cannot be Bryan Freedman. Remember that? What happened? Someone called NAG a liar in her comments and she went off. Who is NAG? Somebody says someone called NAG a liar in her comments. Who is NAG? Ooh. But so you guys remember when Blake Lively was like, she doesn't want Bryan Freedman to depose her, right? And I find it so reassuring that Bryan Freedman has not lost his touch and has not lost the thing we love about him, you know, standing on business, because he says right there, he cannot wait for the forthcoming depositions, which he will be taking. So if you're Blake Lively and you thought, you know, oh, you guys are saying, oh, not actually Golden? I know her. Yeah, on TikTok, red hair with a bob. What happened? NAG is a cool initial. But wait, what happened? Somebody called her a liar about what? About this case? People are crazy. Somebody called me somebody, did she say I have daddy issues? I think somebody said I had daddy issues. I was like, oh my God. Because yesterday the crazies really came out. If you guys are not on socials a lot and you just, you know, kind of watch YouTube and stuff, I'm going to let you know a little secret. The crazies be timing when they want to come out. And yesterday they were out in full force. The Taylor Swift fans who are still Blake Lively fans for some reason, and the Blake Lively fans were out. They were talking their shit on the internet yesterday. Oh. Wait, they were angry for the outcome? Wait, people were calling not actually Golden a liar because of what the judge did? Why would they call her a liar? Did she say the dismissal wouldn't be granted or something? Because I said the same thing. I didn't think it would be granted either. I gave up on blocking people unless it's really, really bad. I don't have the energy because it's like it's 3 too many steps. I'm like, if you really need to go off, and unless they're like fighting with people in my comments and insulting them, I don't block them, or insulting me. If they're just like, when you lost, you won, I'm like, I don't care. And I appreciate the engagement on my page, but like, I'm not. Oh, we were mutuals with a girl. She had to go. I have no idea. And so Ashley Brianna Eve, if you guys don't follow her, please make sure to do so on here and Instagram. We need to do a live together. And it's funny because I had seen this and I was like, why does she look like that? Why is she with the fake smile? You know, she's been doing this fake smile for a while. We've been saying she doesn't even look like her. She's been doing this cheesing all the way smile, like her face hurts. And Ashley made a video talking about the fact that she is, you know, taking on this archetype, this new archetype of like a Barbie doll, like this childlike, you know, features. And she wears these dainty little clothes and it's white and it's colorful and it's poppy. And that's for now to keep, you know, the public on her side and however many people are still on her side. But as soon as this is said and done, at some point, she's going to revert back to what she originally is, or she has to 100% stay with the fake image, you know, for as long as she possibly can. Yes, I saw the list playing thing. I was going to talk about that earlier, but I was so disgusted by it that I was like, oh, do I even care? But I saw that. I just saw somebody leaving a comment if I saw list playing. I saw. No, I haven't seen Without a Crystal Ball's post. Oh, something. I'm sorry. You guys know it's just a legal filing. Let me check really quickly. I don't know what it is. Okay. Illegal filing just dropped. Let's look at it together. It's only 2 pages. I know this is Lauren's. I'm not stealing Lauren's job, I promise, but this just happened. So a couple of things actually just happened. I'm sorry. Let's take a look. A couple of things happen in the Jed Wallace part of things, but also, what is this about? Let me open this really quickly. Bear with me, please. Because I normally open these on my iPad so I can write on it. So I have no idea. Okay, let's see. This just got dropped 10 minutes ago. Let's see. This order addresses the motion of Blake Lively to compel Wayfarer Studios LLC and It Ends With Us Movie LLC to produce materials responsive to Blake Lively's 4th set of requests for production. The Wayfarer entities have opposed the motion, and Lively has sought leave to file. The motion for leave to file a reply is granted. Okay. The Wayfarer entities state that they can neither produce the responsive documents nor determine whether they are privileged because they do not have the documents. However, the documents in the possession of the parties' current and former counsel are deemed to be within the parties' possession, custody, and control. Then they cite something 1998. A party has control if it has the legal right to obtain the document, even though it in fact has no copy. A right author, blah, blah, blah. In addition, the category of all documents and communications covering the investigation, oh my God, they're back with this shit again, clearly includes documents they already possess by the Wayfarer entity, such as their engagement letter with the investigators and their correspondence. By 5 p.m. on Thursday, June 12, 2025, the Wayfarer party shall show cause why they should not be ordered to produce all responsive documents, including asserting any claims of privilege. Let me calm my nerve down because Judge Lyman, you're starting to piss me off. The clerk of court is respectfully directed to close docket 90239, so ordered June 10th, 2025. So they have till Thursday, 5 p.m. This is about the... You guys, I had to get my shit together really quickly. So you remember when Bryan Freedman and Justin Baldoni and Jimmy Heath, that side, they did their own investigation into whatever the heck allegations Blake was talking about as recently as January, right? We talked about that. Sorry. So now Blake wants documentation. Yeah. So she wants them to show the investigation they said they did, what they came up with. And they're like, well, that's our business. We did our own investigation. We're not showing you what we found. We're not showing you what we came up with. Excuse me 1 second. And they told them back in the day when they asked, back in the day is an extra, but they told them a while back when they asked for that, like, the investigation is still ongoing. We don't know what we don't know yet. We cannot show you what we don't know yet. Like, we're not obligated to do that. Attorney-client privilege, right? And Blake and her team whined and sent a letter to the judge saying, no, we want to see it. Show us. We need to see it. I did a video about it a while ago, about a week or two ago. The days are together now. Now they wrote another letter to the judge, pretty much asking the judge to compel them to show. And now the judge is responding because Blake and her team are like, they have it in possession. Even if you don't have a copy of it, as long as you have rights to it, it's still in your possession. So show us. And now the judge is giving them till Thursday. So far, he's not forcing them to show anything. But right here, it says he's giving them till 5 p.m. Right here, I'm going to highlight it. He's giving them till 5 p.m. on Thursday to show. That highlighted the wrong absolute section. Wow. Yeah, right there. It says he's giving them till Thursday, 5 p.m. June 12th, to tell him, Judge Lyman, why they shouldn't show it. Oh, guys, we're gonna be here a while. I don't think I thought this case could be over sooner than later. I started to even doubt if we would ever go to trial because I felt like Blake might drop her case. But at the rate at which this is going, the way this is looking, I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't know that we're ever gonna be done. Now I don't know how I feel about this judge harping on this whole show them your hand, show them your investigation. But I'm okay so far with the fact that he is asking the Wayfarers entities to tell him why they shouldn't show it, which I feel like I thought they already did. But he now wants them to explain to them why they think attorney-client privileges work here. And I'm sorry, but I feel like we're belaboring the point. I feel like we're having the same conversation over and over and over again. I'm starting to get annoyed now. Honestly, mildly mercurial just said that. I think this whole dismissal she got is going to embolden her. I think she's going to feel like she can ask for whatever she wants now. Somebody said exactly, Elaine. What did Elaine say? Let me go back. Oh, somebody said she wants the Taylor Swift info. So that's not what this is asking for. This one is specific. I mean, maybe she's eventually going to ask for that. I mean, it has to come out in discovery. But right now, they're looking for the investigation that Bryan Freedman and Justin said they're doing into the SH allegations. The same allegations she didn't want investigated, by the way. Exactly, Jacqueline. I think they're looking to whatever the investigation says. There's no win here. If the investigation says there was no SH, they're going to say, well, they claim they did their own investigation and they claim I wasn't SH. And the investigation is not going to say there was SH because that's suicide. I don't know what to say anymore. It's starting to get annoying. It's starting to get annoying now. Oh, okay. That just happened 10 seconds ago, so I had to. Another thing? What happened now? I'm sorry, you guys. I keep getting the email notification that something else has been okay. So this is in the matter of Jed Wallace. Do you guys want to go over that really quickly? So okay, hold on. Bear with me. So this was just filed also. I'm sorry, this is turning into a filing live. Jed Wallace and Street Relations moved to state discovery against them pending resolution of their motion to dismiss. So you guys remember Jed Wallace filed a while ago to dismiss the lawsuit. A motion to dismiss does not automatically stay discovery. Judge Lyman, bro, except in cases covered by Private Security Litigations Reform Act. Okay. There's a bunch of case law. I'm not reading through that. The Wallace defendant's motion to dismiss presents substantial arguments for dismissal. Okay. However, as soon as I see however, I'm stressed out. I'm sorry. I need a throat lozenge before I start hacking. Exactly. Cooper Mountain says, yeah, Jed Wallace is a Texas guy. He needs to be dismissed from this. He doesn't deserve this mess. I'm sorry, guys. I'm stressed out because I saw however. I already know what's coming. However, a stay of discovery would minimally ease the burden of discovery on the Wallace defendants and could significantly prejudice Lively. Oh my God. Although the Wallace defendants suggest that they're burdened by participation in extensive discovery between other parties, which has little to do with them, They need not participate in such discovery. The discovery that does concern the Wallace defendants is much lighter and will not be eliminated by a decision in their favor on the motion to dismiss. Then he cites Khan versus New York City in 2024. The court considers whether discovery would be significantly different if the motions to dismiss is resolved in the defendant's favor. The Wallace defendants have a case pending against Lively in the Western District of Texas, and part of the alternative relief sought in the Wallace defendants' motion to dismiss is transfer of their claims to the court. More case law. The Wallace defendants have the same interest in participating in discovery, regardless where the case is cited, okay? Finally, Wallace would be a relevant witness, even if he were not a party to the case. How would he be a relevant witness? They literally reached out to the man. He gave them like a piece of advice. He didn't. Jed Wallace does not deserve any of this. Thus, the actual burden of discovery on the Wallace defendants will not be significantly impacted by the court's decision on the motion to dismiss. When resolution of the motion would not meaningfully narrow the scope of discovery because defendants will still be subject to discovery into the circumstances around the events. On the other hand, potential prejudice to Lively is significant. I was going to say, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Okay. Currently, discovery against all parties is proceeding on the same track with substantial completion of documents production by July 1st. In fact, discovery to be completed no later than August 14th. If a stay of discovery is granted as to Wallace defendants, while the additional 8 defendants are held to the existing schedule, discovery will become fragmented. No, it won't. Nobody cares about discovery from Jed Wallace. Jed Wallace needs to be allowed to get out of this and go home and go to sleep. But I'm sorry, but like, this is making me angry. Wallace is a witness regardless of his status as a party. You've said that about 10 times in this month. You said that already. We know that. But the witness that Wallace is, it's not significant. He cannot change the outcome of this. Wallace's witness testimony is literally going to be, they reached out to me for information. I pretty much told them, no, just sit and wait, see how this plays out. There's no need to pay me to do anything. There's no need to do anything. Just let this play out naturally. Let's continue. And he may plausibly possess information that would inform Lively's discovery. I feel like the judge does not hear us when we talk, but Jed Wallace is so insignificant, it's not even funny. Pull up Lively's letter submitted just a while ago. What is Garden Variety's emotional distress? Jesus Christ. Okay, let's finish this real quick. I want to see what he's about to say, because as soon as he said, however, I knew bullshit was coming. At the footnote, he says, to the extent that Wallace defendants have objections to any of Lively's particular discovery request, and such objections are not resolved by good faith, meet, and confer, the Wallace defendants may raise them with the court as they arise. Shut up. Requested stay in discovery as to him may render Lively unable to. We're making concessions for Lively again. How many times is he gonna say that like the discovery from Jed Wallace is gonna prejudice or harm Lively? It's not. Stay in discovery as to him may render Lively unable to obtain such information until after discovery has closed as to the other defendants, requiring her either to forego relevant evidence. There is no evidence she's gonna find to support her case. She's just okay. Elsie, calm down. This is why I read this. If you guys have ever wondered what it looks like when I read these things when they come out, this is what it looks like. That's why I've never done a live reading one of these, because I lose my shit every sentence. Let's see. It will also likely delay resolution of this case, which is prejudicial given the Lively suit is largely aimed at ameliorating reputational harms, which she alleges continues to this day. What the fuck is the reputational harm? Is there reputational harm in the room with us? She's fine. My God above, help me now. Because, ooh, okay, let's go. Reputations and credibility have been called into question, and he deserves a timely opportunity to clear his name. That's what they're saying about Jed Wallace, obviously. Given that the Wallace defendants are not substantially burdened, why do you keep saying that? By adherence to the current discovery schedule, such a course is not warranted. Oh, here we go. I'm going to highlight it in case you are not following. We have reached our destination. The motion to stay discovery is denied. The clerk of court is respectfully directed to close docket number 287 and 297, so ordered. Okay. I don't know. Do you have anything stronger than alkaline water? Because I'll take it. I'm pissed off. Somebody said, what does that mean? It means they're forcing Jed Wallace to give up whatever he has because they think he knows something. Yeah. They're pretty much making Jed Wallace, so you guys, so Jed Wallace was saying he doesn't need to give up. I'm sorry. Discovery is when you give up, the other team can pretty much come to you and get your documents, your whatever they want from you because they think there's some evidence. 2 papers worth of absolutely nothing. Somebody just said that. I was just about to say Jed Wallace's discovery is literally gonna be like insignificant. Why are you pushing this so hard? But pretty much the judge is forcing Jed Wallace to give up whatever, which keep in mind, they already violated him with his medical information. Remember that? Remember they already doxed him? Now the man just has to sit and take it. There's something else in my email I don't even want to open. I don't care anymore. Like, is this the letter? Is this the letter you guys are talking about? At this point, we're already in a deep end. We might as well. Somebody said pull up the letter Blake sent to the judge. We might as well. Okay, I'm just gonna pull it up. We're in a deep end now. Let me make sure you can see that. Can you guys see that well? Oh, Lord of mercy. I know I don't even know why I'm asking for something stronger because I don't drink. I mean, champagne every now and then, but this does not need water. This requires something stronger. Okay. I just pulled up the letter now. Let's read it. We've turned into, is Lauren back from Australia? Because Lauren, I'm not good at this. I don't want to do it. No. Somebody get Lauren on the line. This is Lauren's thing. I hate reading these because my reactions are hilarious to me. I don't know that you guys want to see this. Yeah, ginger ale. I drink these ginger ales that like in glass bottles. They look like beer. I should just pretend I'm drinking beer and just drink ginger beer and pretend it's alcohol. She's still in the air? She's not home yet? Okay. Let's go on. Let's read what this is about because I might need to take a couple breaks. How many? Okay, 3 pages. Oh my God, 3 pages of word salad. Okay, the last page is just the signature, but that's still a lot of paragraphs. Let's go. Yeah, I know she was flying yesterday. I didn't know if she landed yet or not. Okay. All right, guys, let's lock in. So this is from Manat, Blake Lively's law firm, dated today. I might take a couple breaks. You know I'm getting back. Dear Judge Lyman, on behalf of the plaintiff, I'm sorry if I start laughing because I'm just at the point where this is unbelievable now. And it's like, okay. Give me a second, guys. Dear Judge Lyman, on behalf of Plaintiff Blake Lively, we write seeking clarification regarding the court's June 3rd, 2025 order denying the Wayfair party's letter motion to compel. Is that the motion to compel her therapist notes? What is this? What was June 3rd? Was June 3rd the therapist notes? I have my notebook here, but I don't know if I wrote about the therapist notes. Can you guys let me know real quick if June 3rd was the therapist notes? Let me check. Oh, you know what? We're going to find out. Let me just keep reading this. Denying the motion to compel and opposition, therefore, thereto. By that order, the court denied the motion to compel information regarding, okay, that's what it's about. The therapist notes. In opposition thereto, by that order, the court denied the motion to compel information regarding the identity and treatment records of Miss Lively's healthcare. Guys, stop. I'm gonna tell you the reason I just busted out laughing. And it's my brain. My brain just made me laugh because you know how we were saying she doesn't want us to see her therapist notes because she doesn't want us to see that maybe she was telling her therapist she's in love with Justin. Somebody left me a DM and it's like, what if she's telling her therapist about the fact that Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman? Somebody's like, what if at the time she was going to therapy, if she even went to therapy, we don't know. But somebody left me a message and was like, what if she went to therapy and was telling her therapist that like Ryan and Hugh are in the room alone all the time and she has to listen to them? I'm sorry. I know it's not funny, but yeah, somebody was like, what if that's what she's telling her therapist? That like she's tired of this Hollywood arrangement and all she has to do, all she does all day is listen to Hugh. And can you imagine the bombshell? As soon as I read that, I started laughing in my head. Oh God. Okay, stop. Okay, I'm back. Oh God. Oh my God. Okay. Guys, lock in. Take it seriously. We're on the job. Oh my God. Okay, I'm back. Let's take it seriously, guys. Don't make me laugh anymore. But as soon as I saw that, I was like, wait, we're so worried. I'm crying tears. But I was like, wait, we're so worried about what if she's telling her therapist she's in love with Justin? But what if she's actually telling her therapist Hugh and Ryan are taking up the bed and she has to wait outside? Okay. Allegedly, okay? Okay. By that order, the court denied the motion to compel information regarding the identity and treatment records of Miss Lively's healthcare providers related to emotional distress, as well as a HIPAA waiver, based on the plaintiff's representation that the relevant claims will be withdrawn. The court also directed that the dismissal of Miss Lively's 10th and 11th causes of action, which is the intentional infliction of emotional distress and the negligent infliction of emotional distress. Okay, I didn't know I need to read because I keep explaining it. I didn't know they were going to explain it. For intentional and negligent infliction of emotional distress, respectively, be completed by either a joint stipulation of the parties for a formal motion by the plaintiff. Ms. Lively writes to clarify that while she intends to withdraw her tort claims for emotional distress, she still pleads and intends to introduce evidence of garden variety emotional distress in connection with her remaining claims. It's not what you guys were saying. A garden variety? Oh my God. A garden variety of emotional distress? What is this, a garden salad? I'm done. Wait. If you guys don't, or if you guys don't already know what's going on or don't understand, a week or so ago, Blake Lively dropped her emotional claims against Justin Baldoni, right? The reason she dropped the claim is because Justin Baldoni and Bryan Freedman were like, okay, you were emotionally harmed. Garden. Thank you guys. My voice, I can feel my voice slipping because my throat is starting to hurt again. I don't think I've talked this much since I recovered from being sick. Yesterday was the most I talked in like the last week. So I think I'm re-aggravating my vocal cords. But this is this is fucking hilarious. So remember, she said she doesn't want to sue for emotional distress anymore because she doesn't want to show her therapy notes or who her therapist is, right? And Bryan Freeman was like, okay, cool. But by that logic, well, we need you to completely like agree you can't bring it up again. But she was like, no, while I'm dropping it now, I reserve the right to bring it up again. And they were like, no, you can't do that. And so now they're writing, and then the judge told them, fine, I'm not gonna compel them to show you their notes if they say they're dropping the case. But now they're like, we want you to clarify, because even though we don't want to give up notes, we don't want to tell them who our therapist is, down the line, we intend to introduce evidence. Where's the fucking evidence of garden variety emotional distress in connection with her other remaining claims? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you nuts? This is ridiculous. Let me read. Somebody said you're killing me in the comments. What does the comment say? Let me see. You guys, I don't know that I can last much longer. I think I laughed too hard. Oh, I should be drinking tea rather than ice water. I thought I was recovered. Garden variety is crazy. Who is this woman? Let me see something. Let me see. You guys, let's see. Which one do you think we should go with? Like, are we going with like a lettuce kind of variety? Or do you guys want to do like tomatoes? Or, I mean, if we want to stay on theme, right here, right? If we really want to talk about garden variety, considering it ends with us, do we go with florals? Because that's very on brand. Like, what are we doing here? Garden variety of emotional distress. Cabbages. Somebody said cabbage. Eggplant. Eggplant might send us to jail. Do compost variety. That's funny. The garden variety shit is a red flag. Somebody said, let me see. Catherine K said, the garden variety shit is a red flag. It's some other technical workaround that they're going to get away with. Oh my freaking God. This never ends. Oh my days. Ugh. I might start doing a British accent, guys. Dude, I don't know what to do. Let's finish reading. But I had to, do we go with these flowers? I don't know. If we're doing a garden variety of emotional distress, what are the most emotionally distressed looking flowers ever? Maybe we should send her a bouquet. Oh, look at this one. This one is a non-alcoholic gin. Garden variety. This one seems on brand. Her husband can have some. She can have some. Lilies. Lilies. Oh my God. Christina said, I will start a GoFundMe to hire the best voodoo queen. Oh my God. Dandelions, poison ivy, poison oak, sumac. You guys are a mess more than me. Okay, let's read this stupid letter. Let's read this stupid letter so we can get out of here. Because my voice is starting to crack again now, because this is absolute bullshit. If you missed the garden variety part, I have to get off here and make like a short video about it, because this is garden variety is crazy. Somebody said, oh dear, Elsie, Google garden variety emotional distress. Wait, what comes up? What do you see? Don't tell me Blake's face pops up. You guys. Wait. What happens when you Google garden variety emotional distress? Let me see. Wait, do we go with this? Cucumbers and tomatoes? What garden variety? I don't even know what to say. Oh, this shit is wild now. This guy looks like this crazy guy from this movie. I can't remember. Like he always plays a crazy person in the movie. Okay, let's read this thing really quickly because this is wild now. It's too much. It's too much, and my throat is starting to go. Okay, Miss Lively and the Wayfair parties have agreed in principle to dismiss the 10th and 11th causes of action with prejudice. Miss Lively, however, seeks clarification. How is Miss Lively seeking clarification? You're her lawyers. Like, how do you not understand what the judge said? I understood what the judge said. Miss Lively and the blah, blah, blah seeks clarification regarding the court's notation in the June 3rd order that Miss Lively would be precluded from offering any evidence of emotional distress if the claims are not dismissed. What? This leaves open a potential question about what evidence may be presented if the claims are dismissed. Ms. Lively respectfully requests clarification from the court on that point before signing a stipulation to dismiss the 10th and 11th causes of action with prejudice. Oh my freaking God. The term have your cake and eat it too has never been freaking true ever. Then this moment right here. You want to sue for emotional distress? Great. Okay. Garden snake variety. That's funny. Great. So show some evidence. No, I don't feel like showing evidence. Okay, cool. Don't show evidence, just don't sue. Yeah, but later down the line, I want to bring it up. Like, what is this? Garden variety emotional distress sounds like a Olive Garden menu item. What the hell? By dismissing these causes of action, Ms. Lively is agreeing to forego the presentation of evidence of treatment by healthcare providers or diagnoses for any psychiatric disorder to preserve the psychotherapy patient privilege. Oh my God. Really? This is a well-established right, blah, blah, blah. We know that a plaintiff may exercise in order to protect highly confidential and private physical and emotional health information, while still preserving the right to pursue those emotional distress damages that are recognized as inherent in claims of workplace sexual harassment and retaliation. Now they're trying to tell the judge that, like, yeah, there is a law that says if I'm being emotionally whatever, I get doctor-patient privilege, pretty much, doctor-patient confidentiality, and I still get to sue you without showing you any evidence until, like, we are in the court and I'm like, boom, here's my evidence. Or you're using this time to find a doctor you can get to write up some bullshit notes for you. It's all I'm saying. Because it's very easy to fabricate therapist notes. Am I wrong? Like, therapist notes, especially if it's, it's not dated or whatever, if they're writing a notebook, it's very easy to find a therapist today. Let's say you came to see her 2 years ago and have her buy her a little notebook journal and let her write some bullshit in there. This is ridiculous. I'm thinking she's on some strong antipsychotics. Funny. Oh, I just missed that. Oh, I'm thinking she's on some strong antipsychotics that she doesn't want to admit to, and that's why she doesn't drink. On that she doesn't drink note, somebody did tell me on the low, I'm not going to say who, but the person was like, she does drink. And have you guys ever heard this rumor that she's a Mormon, that they're Mormons? Have you guys ever heard that? No shade to Mormons or nothing like that, but have you guys ever heard that thing where she's supposed to be a Mormon or something like that. Like her wedding was like a Mormon wedding on the plantation. Did you guys hear that? I think she definitely drinks. But have you guys heard that Mormon theory? Somebody brought that up to me and I was like, what? Yep. Mm-hmm. The whole you don't drink by your own yeah. Oh, so you guys have heard the Mormon thing. I'm still looking for proof, but apparently her wedding was like this wild Mormon wedding. Because nobody has seen pictures from the wedding, honestly. Swinging with the rest of them is crazy, Christina. You are crazy for that. Okay, let me finish this. This is a well established. Okay, we got through that. The plaintiffs may withdraw or formally abandon all claims for emotional distress in order to avoid forfeiting his psychotherapist patient's privilege. Okay. The plaintiff has disavowed her non-garden variety. Oh my God. Again, garden variety emotional distress damages. In so doing, put her entire physical and mental health at issue. Seriously? By dismissing the standalone claims for intentional and negligent infliction of emotional distress, Ms. Lively will waive the right to offer testimony or evidence of the identity, records, treatment, or diagnoses of her health care providers related to such emotional distress, which was the subject of the discovery for the waiver parties sought to compel, as the court recognized in the June 3rd order. Consistent with the law and the draft stipulated for dismissal presented by the waiver parties, other claims, counterclaims, and third-party claims asserted therein. Thus, Miss Lively is not abandoning emotional. Oh my God, is she abandoning it or not? Which is it? It's not. Miss Lively is not abandoning emotional distress damages generally, and continue to pursue damages for emotional distress that have been recognized as inherent in workplace harassment and retaliation, often referred to as garden variety emotional stress, as contrasted with claims such as intentional or negligent. Oh my God. Okay. She's now saying there was negligent emotional distress and then intentional emotional distress. She's foregoing those. So if you don't want her to bring that up, she won't bring that up again. And for those reasons, she doesn't need to show you her stuff. But as far as the entire SH is concerned, there is a way where she can bring up her garden variety emotional distress. This is it's like getting blood out of stone. It's Jesus Christ. This is not real. I mean, it is real because we're looking at it, but damn, this is too much. Okay, let me finish this because this is too much for me. Often referred to as garden variety emotional distress as contrasted with claims such as negligent or intentional infliction of emotional distress, that a defendant's actions resulted in a specific psychiatric disorder. I'm sorry, you're telling me the SH caused you to be, I think they're trying to say the SH caused her to be depressed or something. Let's see what they say now. Okay. In other words, garden variety claims are those which allege that a claimant was scared, embarrassed. All right, that's gonna be it for me because what the fuck are we doing here? I'm sorry. I don't know if I can curse on here. I'm sorry. Do you guys see what just happened? Did you see what? I'm gonna read it. I can't make this shit up. I can't make this shit up. Did you guys just see that? So shit. This is why I don't read these on here because what the fuck? So she's saying, I don't need to prove intentional, negligent emotional distress. I don't need to show you my doctor's notes because that would be very deep. But garden variety emotional distress causing me shame, embarrassment, a doctor doesn't have to prove that because I felt that. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Somebody said, say it again. I missed it. I'm going to say it again. My kid was talking to me. What? Okay, we're going to go over it again. You guys are not going to believe what she's claiming now. This is, oh, you can usually get away with swearing after the first 2 minutes. Okay, well, here we go. because this bitch is crazy. Okay, this bitch is nuts. This is what she just said. Okay, this is what she's saying, and I cannot believe it, but she's doing it. Oh, she's doing it. Here we go. I'm gonna highlight it so you can follow me, but she's doing it. Oh, this bitch thinks she's smart. Okay. Let's go. I'm gonna pick it up from here so everybody can follow. I'm highlighting. Wait, what happens? You guys can't see that when I highlight it, can you? Is it shaky? Can you guys see the highlighted version, or because to me it looks a little wild? You can't see, right? Okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna use the highlighter. This is why I told you guys I read this on my iPad. Okay. This is fucking nuts. Oh, this is fucking nuts. I'm just gonna highlight that section and then we're gonna read it like that. How about that? Is that good? Can you guys see the yellow section? Okay. So stay with me. Before we read that, her original claim is saying that she's dropping her big emotional distress stuff because she doesn't want to give up her therapy notes, right? But she's saying she reserves the rights to bring up emotional distress because the other parts of emotional distress she felt, she necessarily didn't have to go to a doctor for it because those emotional distresses she felt were, here we go. Oh my God. Garden variety claims are those which allege that a claimant was scared, embarrassed, shamed, or humiliated, as opposed to action seeking recovery from a serious psychological injury. Oh my God, my brain is gonna blow. That is the inducement or aggravation of a diagnosable dysfunction or equivalent injury. I'm done. Oh God, okay. But I don't know. What do you want from me? Shit, what do you want me to do? I don't know. We're just gonna have to sit here because the fuck? I don't know what you want from me. I don't know what y'all want me to do. What do y'all want from me? Why y'all looking at me? What are y'all looking at me for? I don't have the answers. What do you, I don't have fucking answers. Shit, we just got to sit here. This is anybody want to finish the show? Because I ain't got shit to say. It's given dumb, and I refuse to fucking participate in stupid shit. I'm sorry. I'm not equipped to deal with dumb. Mm-mm. What do you want me to do? Why are you all looking at me? How many of you are in here staring at me? 538 of y'all looking at me like I got the fucking answers. I don't have the answers. If you missed it, I'm gonna read it again. She's saying, I originally sued you for intentional and negligent emotional distress. I was good with that until you asked me for proof. As soon as she asked me for proof, I'm like, nah, you know what? No, I don't got that shit no more. I'm cured. But you know what I'm not cured of and I can still sue you for? Let's go over it again. Garden variety emotional distress equals She was scared. She was embarrassed. She was shamed and humiliated. And that is not something you literally seek recovery for. It's not a typical something you go to it's not like a serious psychological injury, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. And you cannot prove it didn't happen. Therefore, if I'm saying I was scared, I was embarrassed, I was shamed, I was humiliated, I was scared, I was shamed, I was embarrassed, I was humiliated, and you can't do shit about it. Okay. Honestly, this is why I don't read these shits. Okay. This is why I read this. We're not spiraling, y'all. We're not spiraling. This is why I don't read these with y'all. If you've ever wondered why doesn't she ever read these, because the way I be fuming when I read these. Okay. And I'm doing this on a computer, so I can't even slam. I normally do this on my iPad and I take notes and I can slam shit, but this is sick. I'm sick. Let's continue, because I guess there's 2 more paragraphs left. I don't know what else they can say. I don't know. Let's go. I'm sick. My stomach actually might be hurting right now. In cases where the emotional distress damages are garden variety, if you say the fucking word garden variety again, I swear to God, Ezra Hudson, I will find you. Say garden variety again. In cases where the emotional distress damages are garden variety, the plaintiff may still present her own testimony. Fuck you. Fuck you. Anybody want a throat lozenge? Y'all want one? Do you want one of these? Because I'm sick. The plaintiff may still present her own testimony and testimony of percipient witnesses. Oh shit. Who observed her emotional distress? We're not spiraling. We're not. We are taking in information. Yeah. Who observed her emotional distress without providing medical corroboration. This includes testimony that the plaintiff suffered humiliation, anxiety, stress, embarrassment, loss of sleep, loss of appetite. Sorry if that hit you. Okay, you could do this. Testify about her allegations that she suffered emotional distress, including but not limited to humiliation, embarrassment, stress, and anxiety. Guys, I'm not spiraling. Okay. They cite multiple cases where people testified to the emotional distress and harassment, and assault cases included testimony of the plaintiff, his brother and stepmother, but not testimony or evidence of an independent healthcare professional. Accordingly, Ms. Lively seeks clarification from the court that should she sign the stipulation for dismissal with prejudice prepared by the waiver parties, the court shall not preclude her from presenting testimony and evidence of garden variety. Okay, he said garden variety again. I'm sorry if this hits you. I don't know what to say. Okay, on the basis of including testimony of herself and percipient corroborating witnesses, her husband, Jenny Slate, whoever she can pay off, and the waiver party shall likewise not be precluded from conducting discovery on those topics. And that the scope of her waiver is as to offering testimony or evidence of the identity, records, treatment, or diagnosis. Catch. I'm going to throw another one. Catch. 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 Anything else? That's it. That's the last page. Anything else? Do you guys have anything else you like to talk about? Because I gotta go. It's that simple. I don't know if you could tell from my face, but I'm pissed off. Because the writing is on the fucking wall now. This is, you know how people say gaslighting? Like I'm not a girl who uses the word gaslight a lot because I find that word like it's a fact. People gaslight, but like this is legal gaslighting. You guys have anything else you want to talk about? If not, I gotta go because the fuck did we just? Why did we read that? I have to go pick up the boy. I'm gonna go pick up my son and I'm gonna come make some dinner. And what can we do? Let's pray to whatever gods we believe in. And let's pray that Judge Lyman actually goes absolutely the fuck not. Because that's the only hope we have now. Because honestly, not a lot of stuff has pissed me off about this, but this is because how are you gonna tell her she's lying? Her husband is telling you, oh, she wasn't sleeping at night, she wasn't eating, and you're gonna say that's not true, you weren't there. You know it's not true. I know it's not true. But if she lines her kids up to be like, yeah, mommy wasn't sleeping, mommy wasn't eating, well, that's because daddy and Uncle Hugh was in the bedroom. Allegedly. But mommy's gonna say Uncle Justin is the reason why she wasn't sleeping. I'm sorry, guys. That was annoying. That should piss me off. I'm gonna go. Okay. We can reconvene here again. You know what? I've got some garden variety. Yeah, cause see, you guys saw the stress, right? That I was going through in the last 15 minutes. Can I sue? You guys were all witnesses. How many? At some point, there were over 500 of you in here. I think we all saw the stress. She about to line them kids up. Watch. Yeah, mommy was not eating. I remember mommy didn't want to eat dinner. Fuck mommy. Yes, I'm gonna make a reel about it. I'm gonna try to get off here, make a reel about it, and go pick up the boy. And anybody who doesn't get it can get it. As far as woo, if I was a cartoon, somebody edit the fumes. If you're good at graphic design and all that stuff, edit fumes coming out of my ears. Let me pose for it. Yeah. Somebody says acknowledge my comment. Oh, Elle, were you the one that told me to read the thing? Oh God, I can't go down that rabbit hole. I can't go down the rabbit hole. I cannot. My head hurts. You guys, I love you all. I appreciate you all. I thank you all for being here. The last 15 minutes was, this is why I never read these, because I like to crash out on my own. This was me crashing out. And if one more third lozenge, if you didn't catch one, I'm going to throw one more. So prepare to catch. I know I typically laugh on here, but that pissed me off. A third lozenge is going to come your way. Catch. Okay. That was a bad throw. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Did you catch? Ouch. Anne-Marie, stop saying ouch. Did you catch? Oh, Gwen. Gwen, you told me to go read that. Well, thank you so much, Gwen. We appreciate you. That was depressing as hell. Do a full moon howl. Was that good? Why are you guys asking me to do this? Do British, like a British accent. Anne-Marie, is Anne-Marie still here? You guys, I have to go. I have to go pick up the boy. And I have to try to make a reel before I leave. I have to leave in 10 minutes. So let's see if I can make a reel for you guys, edit it, post it. They want me to do a British accent, Anne. What do you think? I love all of you. Clip it. Oh, clip what? The part where I talked about it. I don't know how to do that. Christina, you know better than that. I love all of you. I appreciate it. This was a very depressing last 15 minutes. I don't know how many minutes that was. Let's not do that again, guys. Right? Okay. All right. Besitos, mi amor. Mi amor, more, so just more. All right. I love you guys. I'm going to make the reel. I have 8 minutes. Let's see if I can get that done. Go pick up the boy. And we'll go live again tomorrow. I wonder how long it's going to take the judge to respond to this, but last throat lozenge. Yes. Everybody listen to Lara. Please make sure to like. We are almost at 19K subscribers too. So thank you guys for that. I appreciate you. Te quiero mucho, Sarai. Te quiero mucho. Muchas gracias, everybody. De nada, everybody that loves me. Thank you. I love you. Oh, welcome. I appreciate you. Catch one more lozenge. Catch. That was a good throw. Bye, guys. I appreciate you. Look out for the reel on TikTok and Instagram explaining this stupid ass letter of garden variety. Thank you. Good night. And Cookie Monster says bye-bye too. Bye. Bye. How do I do this? Oh, end string. I knew I was fucking with you.